3.3, dividing polynomials. So in the previous section, we added, subtracted, and multiplied polynomials. Now we're going to divide them, and it's a little bit trickier than before. So I have written here, just quick glance, I don't know if you remember old school long division. Okay, so we're going to take a little trip down memory lane, and we're just going to divide this like we did when we were in 4th grade or 3rd grade or whatever it was. Okay, so I look at my number here, and I have 4 goes into 8 how many times? 2, right? So I put this up here. 2 times 4 is 8. Then I subtract, I get 0. Then I drop this 7 down. How many times does 4 go into 7? It goes in 1 time. 1 times 4 is 4. That gives me 3. Drop down the 6. 4 goes into 36. 9 times. 9 times 4 is 36. I subtract, drop down a 4, and 4 goes into 4 1 time. Okay, I did that kind of fast. Hopefully you remember how to do long division, because that's what we're going to do now with polynomials. Okay, so we're going to just start with some that are easier and just get continually more difficult. So let's look at this. We've got this polynomial, and we want to divide it by 3x squared. Now we can do that easy enough. We can just do all of this 3x squared, right? And so this would be negative 4x to the 3rd plus 10x squared plus 7x. That's pretty easy. But let's look at how we would do that using long division. So I've got negative 12x to the 5th plus 30x to the 4th plus 21x to the 3rd. This is divided by 3x squared. All right, 3x squared goes into negative 12x to the 5th. Okay, basically we're dividing. What's negative 12x to the 5th divided by 3x squared? Well, it's 4x to the 3rd. And what I'm going to do is, instead of putting it up here, I'm actually going to put it underneath this one, because this has an x cubed already. And I know that that's kind of weird, but that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I've got negative 4x to the 3rd. Now, just like with long division with numbers, I multiply, and I get negative 12x to the 5th. Then I subtract, which changes that sign, so that becomes 0. I drop this one down. So this is 30x to the 4th. 3x squared goes into 30x to the 4th. This is going to be 10x squared. And look, I know I'm coming out here, but I've got an x to the 5th column, an x to the 4th column, x to the 3rd. I can even do 0x squared plus 0x if I really wanted to. Okay? Now I'm going to multiply. 10 times 3x squared is 30x to the 4th. Subtract, I get 0. Drop down this 21x to the 3rd. 3x squared goes into 20x cubed, 7x times. Multiply that, I get 21x cubed, and I subtract and I get 0, so there's no remainder. And look, shocker, I get the same answer. Okay, so what I would like you to do, these are a little tricky, I know, but I would like you to now try this one. So go ahead and pause your video. All right, so let's give this a try. So we've got 2x to the 4th minus 8x to the 3rd plus 6x squared minus 14x divided by 2x. And I know that you guys could probably do this in your head, all right? But the point is to have you guys see how to do this longhand. So 2x goes into 2x to the 4th, x to the 3rd time, right? So I've got x to the 3rd. X to the 3rd times 2x is 2x to the 4th. I subtract, I get 0. I'm going to drop this down. 2x goes into negative 8x cubed, negative 4x squared times. Multiply negative 4x squared times 2x. That gives me negative 8x cubed. I subtract that, so that means that that changes that sign. Okay? So that's 0. Drop this down. 6x squared. So 2x goes into 6x squared 3x times. Okay, so that gives me 6x squared. Subtract it, I get 0. And finally, I drop down negative 14x, and this gives me negative 7. Negative 7 times 2x is negative 14x. I subtract that, and I get 0. So that is my answer. I hope that's what you got. Okay, so now let's take this another step farther. And we will need to do that in the next video.